Hi guys, Grace Lucky here with Mommy Must Haves. With the holidays coming up, I figured I would share a recipe with you guys for coquito. Coquito is a traditional Puerto Rican Christmas drink. Now, it is not to be confused with eggnog because it is anything but eggnog. But that is the closest thing that I can compare it with. If you've never had coquito, you can equate it to eggnog, but it's kind of offensive to tell a Puerto Rican that coquito is like eggnog because it is far better than eggnog. Okay, and this is a quick version. There are many variations of coquito. It depends on your family, where you come from, what your preference is. Just like eggnog, some people like a smooth eggnog, thicker eggnog, or thinner eggnog. Same thing with coquito. Some people like it thicker, some people like it thinner, some people put an egg in it, some people don't. It's just, there's so many versions out there, but I found this really quick coquito recipe from Goya. It was in my Women's Day magazine, so I gave it a try and I was not disappointed at all. And guys, I have a secret to tell you. You don't have to be Puerto Rican to make coquito. Anyone can make this. It's that simple. You're literally just dumping cans into a pitcher, stirring, and you are good to go. Okay, so I have a couple things that I do a little differently from this recipe. So the first thing is, this recipe calls for white rum, but I like the gold rum from Bacardi instead of white rum. And this recipe does not call for nutmeg, but I add nutmeg because I prefer how it tastes with the nutmeg. Okay, so let's get straight to it, guys. You're gonna be like so surprised at how fast this goes. Here we go. First thing I'm gonna add is 1 can of coconut milk, which is right here.
Your doctor timer is done.
And that's my timer for my dog. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that's all in there. Some people like to put this in a blender and then mix it all in, but because it's so obnoxiously loud, I'm not gonna put you guys through that. So now I have 1 can of cream of coconut. It's really thick. There we go. Just get that all in there. This is why people use the blender, to make sure it's well blended, because this is some pretty thick stuff. Okay, then it's gonna take 2 cans of evaporated milk. So guys, let me tell you, dairy is not my friend at all, and I really, really like dairy. But this drink is so worth the suffering that I shall endure later. It's amazing. Guys, like, it's so simple. I'm not cooking anything on the stovetop, literally adding cans into here. Okay, next is 1/2 cup of condensed milk. I already have it measured out here. And that is pretty thick. Okay, the next thing it takes is 1/2 cup of the rum. It says white rum, but like I told you guys, I'm using the gold rum. And oh, by the way, Bacardi's made in Puerto Rico. So win, 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 and win. And now 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Oh, actually, I'm gonna do the cinnamon first because I'm using the same teaspoon. Okay, it's gonna take 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Okay, there we go. And now I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of the vanilla extract. When my cousin was here for Thanksgiving, he made this for the family. He made a version for the kids, obviously no alcohol, and then an adult version. So you could stop. Well, I already put the alcohol in it, but you could not put the alcohol in it and it still tastes amazing. And it's fun for the kids to try. My kids don't like it. I think Mikey might like it, my 9-year-old, but my 5-year-old daughter does not like it, and I don't think my oldest son likes it either. Okay, so, now I'm gonna add the nutmeg. This Goya recipe does not call for nutmeg, but I prefer nutmeg. I'm just gonna give it a couple of shakes. I really like nutmeg. Okay guys, now all I'm gonna do is just mix this really, really well. And I'm gonna let it chill for a few hours. And then I'm gonna pour it into a glass bottle. And Merry Christmas to my girlfriends. I'm making this for one of my close friends, Amber. She had requested it last year. My cousin gave me a recipe which required the stove. And guys, I'm lazy. I'm not about it. I like this because there's no cooking involved. Okay, that is pretty well mixed. It is amazing. If you like coconuts, like this is my jam. It's a coconut drink with rum, which is why I don't really consider eggnog, because eggnog doesn't taste like coconut. This is like a coconut drink, guys. So I hope you give it a try. You have nothing to lose. And if you make this, your Latino friends will be very impressed. This makes awesome Christmas gifts. Put them in bottles, mason jars, put a bow on it. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Three Kings, and you are good to go. If you try this, please send me comments what you think, if you don't like it, and if you gifted it. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. As always, this is Grace Lucky with Mommy Must Haves. Hasta pronto.